Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of State of Survival with Sticky Fang Gaming. And today we're going to talk about Reservoir Raid. This event has been around for a couple months now, and a lot of you guys have seen my previous videos with this event. But I think that we have a strategy that can basically guarantee you a win in this event, depending on the situation. And I know I've said this before, but maybe try out the strategy. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail and I'm going to talk about it. And there's going to be a video playing that you can watch. And in this video, basically the story is that we were facing a team that there's no way that we should have beat them. Here, I'll show you really quick the guys that we were facing. So they were from state 109, which is not a new state, but is not a state as old as state 11. So fairly new, kind of, but not really. And this guy is 530 million power and the top 35 of the game. And then the other guy is top 50 in the game at 475 million power. And I'm only at number 68 in the entire game for power. So these guys are stronger than me. One guy was maxed out, had much better stats than me. Well, not much better, but he was really strong. And his secondary guy who's stronger than me was really strong as well. And it seemed pretty like useless for us to fight these guys when the match first started. The story was they were getting higher and higher in points. I think they had a deficit of more like 70,000 points at one point of this event. And people were getting zeroed on my team, and it was 30 versus 28, but we didn't really feel like that. They zeroed a ton of our guys right as this event was going on. And we kind of had to come together and bring up or figure out a strategy of what to do. And what we figured out was we had to start coming to the middle, and we will all just set rallies from the middle, and we would try to sync them up so they will all hit at the same time. So my top stats, along with our second best guy's top stats and the third best guy's top stats, which aren't nearly as high as mine or as good of a hit, but when all three of our marches hit at the same time, it would knock these guys out. And we can defend from that point. We can defend. And the other big thing is the water towers. What people fail to realize for this event is that the big buildings are not the only thing that you need to take account for. The big buildings are nice. They are useful. You need to have them. Some of them have special abilities that you need to be aware of. However, you also have to fight for the water towers. So this is basically how we beat these guys. Not because we have more buildings and stuff, because a lot of the times for this event, we didn't. We are just now getting more buildings than them. But as you can see, we have more points than them. We are beating them just off of having more water towers and not letting them get water towers and just gathering our points from that. So as you can see on our screen right now, we have about a 7,000 or 8,000 water increase per minute, and they're sitting at 2,000. But they have 3 buildings right now. They had 4, and we have such a big deficit with us getting more water than them. Again, because they have none of the water towers. So this is the strategy that I wanted to bring up today. There is an event happening right now that is not open to the entire game. It's called the Reservoir Raid League. There was only a couple states that were able to be involved in it, and it's going to be getting released to the entire game here soon. And for that, it's basically a water raid tournament. If you want your team to place well in this water raid tournament, and I'll show you some of the rewards and why you would like to place well here in a bit, you need to follow this strategy, because there's going to be a lot of teams that you're going to be facing that are going to be just as strong as you or stronger than you. And they're going to try to win basically off of brute force. You are going to have to be the smarter team and win off of tactics. So let's say that the team that you're facing is equally as strong as you're stronger than you, and they're taking about half of the buildings, and you have about half of the buildings, or maybe they say they have like 1 or 2 buildings more than you. You need to have a war over the water towers, 100%. I promise you guys, if you listen to this advice and you make this part of your strategy, you will win the fight more than half of it. Like, you will win the fight, period. I promise you. Another thing that you need to do is don't spread your forces so thin. Something that I have found to be 100% smarter to do for this event is have all your people pour into the middle at the very start of the event. I understand that the central reservoir is not and will not open for the first like 10 to 15 minutes of this event. And so you're sitting there like hugged up against a building you can't occupy. You don't need to occupy that building. But if you get all your guys, your 30 plus guys or your 30 guys into the center and you're all there, you can rally from that area. You can all fill each other's rallies. You can make sure that all your rallies are always full. And see victory on the screen here. We did come back and win. You can make sure that all your rallies are full. And you can defend each other for, let's say the other team starts pouring into the middle as well, and they're trying to hit your settlements. You can defend each other a lot easier if you're next to each other than you would be able to if you were all scattered around. I really hope this is making sense to you guys. I'm really trying to make it as clear as possible. You need to port in the center. You need to try to get the buildings if you can. And when the water towers come, there are like 2 waves of water towers. You need to go in all-out war mode for those water towers. They are very important because they will change the game for you. They can take your water intake from, let's say, 4,000 to 8,000 if you control all the water towers. You have 30 people on your team. You don't even need that many people to get the buildings. You need to fight for the water towers, and you need to stay together so you can defend each other, you can fill each other's rallies, and you can support each other. Now, I'll go ahead and show you some of the competition you'll be facing in the Water Raid League. So, as you can see here, it's almost over for the beta. There's this team here, they're at 14,000 for their team power, and then this one here is also about 14.6 thousand power for their team power, and they're going to be the ones fighting in the championship round. So, basically, for the Water Raid tournament, and this is season 1, it's just the beta. You guys will get to enjoy this hopefully in the future. And this is in the live game too. So this is in my normal account, not in a beta server or anything. You will need about 14,000 team power. So if you don't have that, you may not do as good in the Water Raid tournament, even if you do use the strategy that I'm saying. Possibly, I would try it out. I know that GLC, the Alliance, and State 11 that fought didn't make it into the actual tournament. We lost in the preliminaries. But yeah, if you do get into the tournament, or even if you get to do the preliminaries, try that strategy out. I promise you, I think it'll boost your chances of winning by like 50%. Like if you had a 0% chance of winning because they're so strong, it'll give you like a 50% chance of winning if you use that strategy. And then here are some of the rewards that you can get in the Water Raid tournament whenever it does release in the live game. And one of those teams that are in the finals right now will get these rewards, and they've worked hard. This is a long event. It's been going on for weeks and weeks, and it's almost over finally. And then they'll tweak some things probably, and then they'll release it to most likely all the different states in the game. Right now they say that they've broken it up by like lands. So Doomsday Land is the one in the beta. State 11 is part of that. And that's how we get to enjoy this right now, or not really enjoy it, but get to watch it. But it's coming your way very soon, guys. I'm just a normal sticky kind of guy trying to give advice. Listen to me if you like. If you think that your strategy is better, then continue using it. And I'm just hoping to help one person out today. If I can help one team, one alliance in the entire game, then I feel like I'm doing my job. So until next time, guys, let me know what you want to see, what more videos you will like. I know I keep saying I'm going to do the state warfare video. They're just so long, and I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I've been playing a little bit less because I'll make a video of why I've been playing a little bit less, and I'll just tell you guys instead of rambling on here. But until next time, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, spread this around the world, and thank you for watching here at State of Survival with Sticky Fang Gaming.